Hello, rare Elvis photo fans. I wanted to bring you some cool photos that you might not have seen, lesser known photos of Elvis Presley. Um, and at the same time, kind of read you a little section of Peter Golinek, his last train to Memphis. So, Peter talks about how Elvis, when he was young, went to the fair and entered that talent contest. So it came about, evidently, though here too the story is unavoidably muddled, after he sang Old Shep, the Red Foley Weeper, about a boy and his dog at the morning prayer program at school. His teacher, Mrs. Oletta Grimes, who had moved in 2 doors down from the Presleys on Old Satilla Road in 1936, was also coincidentally the daughter of Orville Bean, was so impressed by his singing that she brought him to the principal. So Orville Bean, I believe, is that's the character that Vernon Presley went to jail, writing a check, adding a zero to a check because he felt like he wasn't paid enough. So interesting that the daughter of Orville Bean married a Presley. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just going off memory here. So Mr. Cole, the principal, who in turn entered the 5th grader in the radio talent contest sponsored by local radio station WELO on Children's Day, which was October 3rd in 1945 at the fair. All the local schools were let out. Teachers and children were transported to town by school. There was prizes that ranged for the talent contest from $25 down to $250 for rides. It was a 5-day long fair that included a livestock show, cattle auctions, mule and horse pulling contest, and poultry competitions. But the Duke of Paducah and a Grand Ole Opry Company, which included Minnie Pearl, were advertised as well, and P.B. King was there too. Annie Presley's sales wife recalled the fair as the highlight of both Presley family's social year, when the two couples would share a babysitter and go out together for the fair's last night. Now, the newspaper did not cover the children's contest or even list the winner in the competition. Over the years, there have been a number of claimants to the throne, but to Elvis Presley, it mattered little who actually won. They entered me in a talent contest, he said in the 1972 interview. I wore glasses, no music, and I won. I think it was the 5th place in the state talent contest. I got a whooping the same day my mother whipped me for something, I don't know, going on with a ride. Destroyed my ego completely. Gladys gave a more vivid account in 1956, minus the whipping. I'll never forget the man at the gate just took it for granted I was Elvis's big sister and sold me a school kid's ticket, same as him. Elvis had no way to make music, and the other kids wouldn't accompany him. That's an interesting story because, Gladys was, I would say, maybe 27 at the time, so I'm sure she still looked youthful. But that was sweet of the guy to give her a kid's ticket, to accompany Elvis. So she said that he just climbed up on the chair so he could reach the microphone and he sang Old Shep. He probably had his picture taken in the Western booth too, just as he would 2 years later, complete with a cowboy hat, chaps, and Western backdrop. Although somewhat surprisingly, there seems to have been little awareness of his triumph among friends and classmates, and he evidently did not sing at the fair again. Elvis always spoke of the event without embroidery as the first time he sang in public, and the whipping is a more convincing detail of the conventional story, which has Vernon listening in on the contest on his delivery truck radio. So Vernon was out working at the time. He didn't get to see his son sing. It was not long after the contest that he got his first guitar. Evidently, Vernon and Gladys were very impressed with Elvis's singing. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed these photos. I'm going to come back and read some of these newspaper clippings and magazine clippings on another video. But if you haven't read Peter Golenek's Last Train to Memphis, he's a great author. He provides a lot of color in the history of Elvis. So TCB TLC, till next time, this is Rare Elvis Photos.